Hey guys and girls, what's going on? Welcome to episode number 12 of Refactoring an Android app with your friend, your boy, Oday. Rakesh is still buried at work, he's a busy man, but he will be joining us very soon. Keep an eye out for that. I wanted to share with you something very magical. At work the other day, I was sitting there looking at the code and thinking, man, I do these MVP videos every day, man. What the hell, man? What gives? Why haven't I implemented MVP in my own project, you know? It's a bad feeling. So what I decided was I'll open the first activity, which is the splash activity, the very first activity to ever appear, and I'll just start with that and implement MVP as I go. You know, how hard can it be? I mean, I see Rakesh doing it, but I didn't really try it myself, honestly. But when I did, bro, it's fucking amazing. Everything becomes clear. It's so easy to do, much easier than I thought, really. Um, and we're gonna do that today. But this is not snippets code. This is some other code, but it provides a very nice, it's very small, very nice. It provides a very nice foundation for us to start doing this. So the idea that came to me was, this fucking shit is very simple. You have your presenter, you have your view, and you have your model. Now the presenter takes care of everything that is not grabbing of data and not showing of UI. The showing of the UI, any dialogues, any text that appears on the screen, anything that does something visible on the screen is the job of the view, which is in this case your activity, which implements an interface called your activity view. Over there you have the methods that have to do with the UI. They're there, and your activity implements that interface. It says what those methods should be doing. Your presenter calls the methods on that activity whenever something with the model happens. So you as the application say, I want this to happen. So the presenter says, alright, you want this function to happen. I'll get you the data for it, and I'll talk to your view for it. We'll see how we coordinate this shit together. And I'll handle the communication between those two, where you get your data from, and what happens when you get your data and how it's displayed. Those are the jobs of two separate components, the view and the model. The model being, of course, the internet, where you get your stuff from there, the database, anything you like. Maybe a text file, anything. It could be anything. And the view is whoever has a view. It could be an activity, a fragment, anything. It's not about Android. It's about a general concept, any view, anything that is displaying something. So the display and the data and the guy who handles what happens when the data arrives and how it's shown, you know? That's all there is to it. That's it. It's so simple. So you take a look at this code. Don't tell anybody that you saw this code. It's just because I like you guys. You take a look at this code. Let's go through it. Set content view, this has to do with the UI. Butter knife, UI. This assignment thing, I use this to add the field to the array list which has form edit text for its elements, and then I verify it down the line. So it's UI. Picasso UI. Set up profile button. Things are happening here. You see? There's a function that does not involve UI. Not in its entirety, at least. Later down the line, when the data is returned from that function, then UI gets involved. So this should not be here. Anything that is not UI purely should not be here. So what we're gonna do is create a presenter for this activity. We're gonna go to the presenters package. We're gonna say account verification Activity presenter. Look at that long name, man. It's like this. I love it. I love these long name things. Okay, that's what she said. Alright, so we got our presenter. Over here, I'm gonna implement the view interface because I saw it being done like that and I liked it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Account verification, activity view. Alright. And we're gonna say now you define the methods that have to do with the UI, so that when you say here implements account verification activity view, you don't inherit them, you have to implement them here, so that your activity is now ready to have someone like the presenter call methods on it so it can summon it to do its UI work, right? So the presenter says, okay activity, which it has a reference for naturally, okay activity, I'm ready to work with you, give me your methods. Alright? So you pass the view to the presenter as an object. It naturally has access to these methods which you implemented from an interface sitting, where is it sitting? It's sitting here. So those methods are gonna be, let's see what those methods are gonna be. This is a view method. It's available here. Okay, and it's working with things that came from the view, the fields, the text fields. Is internet available? No. This is show internet dialog. Okay. Now you can say setup profile button will call handle setup profile on the presenter, but that involves passing to it all fields. These things have to do with the UI. I don't want to do that. Internet available requires context. I don't want to do that either. I'll just leave it here. Okay? Or actually, let's go to the base activity and see the methods available here. Check internet. Oh, there is one. Okay. Now, never mind how that came to be. But we're gonna decide that this part goes into the presenter, not this part, not this guy, this guy. Because this has to do with something that's completely not UI. And it comes back and it does something that is UI. So first of all, let me allow Butterknife to handle this, because I don't like the way it's done now. Set up profile button. Nope. We need this guy. Public void handle setup profile. What's this button's ID? What? Who gave it this shitty ID? Where is it? Let me just minimize OBS here so we can work a little faster. Okay. So now it's set up profile, yes. Okay, and this checks out. Okay, what we're gonna do here is just paste this stuff in here. And we're gonna take this out. Take this out. And we're gonna delete this because no one else is using it. Now this is handled. The on-click is handled here. That's great. Now we take this out. But where do we put it? So let me close this XML. We go to the presenter, which has already the show internet dialog. We have it available. I have it in the base interface. So all of these interfaces, the one that you're gonna see, also they extend another interface, base activity view, so that they can get all of these common methods. Alright? Check internet available is already available now to this view, this guy. It's available here. Because this extends this base interface. All right. So this is the main method that's gonna be that's the issue here. So let's start with the methods that belong to the presenter specifically, and then we'll figure out what the view has to do. Okay, so we're gonna take this out, and we're gonna say public void. What was the method called? Verify registration code. Okay, verify registration code. What does it take? A verification code. Very nice. I wonder who wrote this code. He's a genius. No data access handler here. So we're gonna make a constructor for this presenter, and we're gonna say, let's just copy it from somewhere. How about that? You like that? We're gonna say here, ta, ta, but in this case, it's the account verification view. Yes, and this should be called this. Now you have a data access handler. Okay, never mind about the waiting dialog.dismiss. We'll get to that. Alright? This is something that happens when the data arrives. It has to do with the view. It opens another activity and finishes the existing activity. What should we call this? Open setup profile activity, because it opens the setup profile activity. Alright? We're going to take all this chunk out, take it out, implement inside the interface here a method that this presenter can call on the view to get something happening. Setup profile activity. Go to the activity, implement the needed method. Bam! You paste this here. Everything is solved. Okay, next we come here. Open setup. There you go. Now you have the same functionality. This says wrong verification code. Alright, that's another thing that has to do with the UI. We're gonna go here. Void. Did I leave spaces between each method or not? I think I did. Void show wrong show. Let's start using the word display. Wrong verification code message. Oh wow, that's show wrong code dialog, whatever. Okay, we're gonna take this out. This is pretty much useless to us. We just need the string here, and we're gonna go over to somewhere which has a displaying of a dialog. Oh, this one. Okay. Okay. We're gonna feed it set message alert dialog dot set message r dot string dot. Does it need a get string? Yeah, it does. Okay, get string. Bam. We're gonna take all this out and implement a method called, you guessed it, display wrong code. Done. This has nothing to do with it. Alert dialog dot show. Okay. So now we take this out. We say view dot show. I mean display. Okay. We also have a quest. The on failure of this request and any other request requires me showing this. An existing alert dialog. I give it the t.get message. It parses that, and it displays the contents of it. It doesn't do server returned error. Okay, I changed that. Now it parses the t.get message and it displays that. So all of my requests which go into all of my presenters need this method. So I also implemented it inside the base interface. Okay, which has its implementations inside base activity. Okay, so now any activity that extends the base activity will get the implementation of these methods. And any interface which this activities interface implements will get the methods that are here. So you got your methods here and their implementations are here. So the activity extends the base activity and the interface of all the activities extends the base interface. It gets the methods from here and the implementations from here. Okay? So now you have this method available to you. You can say view show request error t.getMessage. Ta-da! Very easy. We go here. What do we say? What do we say? Display wrong. Okay. You got your verification code here. Who calls this? Who calls the Dragon Knight? Oh, there we go. Okay, we still haven't turned this into a presenter method yet. We're gonna do that now. Are we? Yes. Take this out. We're gonna go here and say public void setup profile. If, what's the piece of code say? Okay, if view dot check internet available, verify registration code and give it, what is this? There we go. String verification code. Let's just comment this out so you don't feel confused. Verification code else view.show internet, show no internet dialog, and this will become private and this will go away, and over here you say presenter dot, oops, we haven't created the presenter yet, private account verification presenter, and we're going to initialize it with presenter is equal to new account, come on man, of this, the view, and the data access handler. Now we could go a step further. Can we? No, you can't. No. I was thinking that you can have this. Forget about it. No. So stupid. Dot. Setup profile. Where this is where it came from. Verify code et.getText dot toString. Come on. There we go. This is useless now. But we're gonna say something here. I also have methods for displaying a dialog, right? So this is not useless. We need to get the message from here, take it out, remove this. We need to show a displaying, a loading screen, right? While the request goes out. So what we're gonna do is, before we go here, we're gonna say view display show waiting dialog. There's the message. I also have that method implemented. See? Nope. Call show waiting dialog. Yes. That method, this one, will call this one. Why? Because I don't want to say get string, get resources from inside the presenter. I just pass it an integer, and over here in the base activity you'll see the implementation, what it does. Show waiting dialog. Yes, it stores it in a variable, and it calls getString on the integer that I passed to it, and that's what it passes to show waiting dialog, which in turn creates a dialog and returns it so that you can store it here. And then in the dismiss, you just say dismiss, given that waiting dialog, which is still in the variable, it actually calls dismiss on it. Now this approach, I'm not sure about it, but I didn't want to involve the presenter with stuff like activity, or I don't want anything Android or anything that's dependent on anything to be inside the presenter. That's how I understood it so far. Okay, we're gonna take this out. We have this showing here, and after the switch is over, we're gonna say dismiss, call dismiss waiting dialog without any parameters. It's gonna figure out how to do it over there. Wow, you're done. That's it. That's done. Now how do we reach this this screen? User not verified. Okay, now this is a very edge case inside the application, but let's say something. Let's launch this activity on its own. The way to do that is we can go here and say run, but first we're gonna need to say that it's exported is equal to true in the manifest. Exported equals true. Now we can run it independently. Run this. Yes. Okay, we're back. It launches. You got your UI. Got your stuff here. Let's try to submit without. Okay, cannot be empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Set up my profile, verifying email address. What happened here? Token not provided, that's true. Because it needs a token, it's just... Never mind, but you see how the dialog shows and it dismisses inside the on failure? Everything is happening, it's just as we left it. Now with MVP. It is so easy. And that's that. Okay, that's for now. Now I made a terrible mistake the other day with the code of snippet. New window. Yes, new window. And let's close this one. Yes, alright. Okay, I added some stuff here. This is not injected here. Of course it's not injected. It's injected inside the book's activity. You don't need to inject this here. Okay, so we're gonna remove that. Where is it? Now it's removed. It's passed into here. Books repository. Okay, books repository. And create this for this. Yes, there we go. Obviously it shouldn't be never mind this part, the send feedback email. I was working on another video before this one, but I didn't like it, so I cancelled the recording. So this should be erroring here. Yes. Books, nope. Books reposit. Oh my god. Okay, done. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I did enjoy trying MVP for the first time. You should do it yourself for sure. Grab an existing application, definitely today. Look at the code inside your activity. Look at the lines that have to do with the view. Those stay in the activity. The ones that don't have to do anything with the view, those go out. They stay in the presenter. You only pass your, let's say your model, and you pass your view. The presenter handles everything. Whenever it's time to call something on the view, to do something in the activity from the presenter, it does so through an interface, which your activity implements. Over there, you say what happens with the view. The events are fired from the view, the presenter handles them. That's all there is to it.